Have you ever wondered why, despite knowing the planet is in danger, so few people truly act to protect it every day? Imagine walking through a forest where every tree tells a story, every leaf whispers a warning about what we've already lost. The oceans, vast and blue, are crying silently as plastic and pollution choke their life, yet most of us continue unaware. What if your small actions could ignite a movement, inspiring countless others to finally care about the world we all share? Picture children growing up in cities, where clean air is a memory, not a right, and you'll understand urgency like never before. Every species lost is a chapter torn from Earth's history, a story we can no longer read or learn from. Have you felt powerless, thinking one person's effort is meaningless, as the planet's crisis feels too massive to confront alone? But inspiration is contagious. One passionate voice can spark a wildfire of change, reaching hearts that once felt indifferent. Think about the activists who began alone, armed only with conviction, eventually transforming communities and entire nations toward sustainability. Your words, your actions, your example, these are not small. They are the seeds that can grow into lasting change. Imagine sharing a simple idea about reducing waste and seeing it ripple through social media, schools, and neighborhoods worldwide. Every recycled bottle, every planted tree, every mindful choice becomes a story, a proof that caring for Earth is possible. The question isn't whether change is needed, it's whether you will become the spark that motivates others to act. In a world filled with distraction, how can one voice stand out and inspire genuine care for something as vast as the planet? Start by telling stories that touch hearts, for statistics may inform, but stories ignite compassion, connection, and action like nothing else. Visualize a world where people cherish nature not out of obligation, but because they truly feel it belongs to them all. Every sunrise over a polluted river reminds us that time is short, and inspiration must translate into tangible, immediate action. When you speak with passion about nature, you plant a seed of curiosity that can grow into understanding and lasting commitment. Many think environmentalism is boring or distant, but inspiration makes it personal, urgent, and deeply relatable to everyday life. Imagine your friends and family noticing your dedication, questioning their own habits, and slowly transforming their routines into sustainable choices. True inspiration doesn't judge, it invites. It shows possibility. It makes people see they can contribute without feeling overwhelmed. The world needs voices that evoke hope, not guilt, because hope is far more contagious and enduring than fear alone. When you lead by example, actions speak louder than words. People notice, imitate, and eventually embrace a shared responsibility for Earth. Picture a community garden where neighbors, once indifferent, come together, inspired by one person's determination to make a small difference. Small victories matter. Each time someone learns to compost or reduce single-use plastics, the ripple of inspiration quietly spreads. We are all storytellers. The stories we tell about the planet shape perceptions, behaviors, and the future for generations yet unborn. Inspire curiosity first. Show people what exists, what is vanishing, and how every small effort connects to a greater purpose. Imagine the faces of animals saved from extinction because one inspired person convinced thousands to take action for preservation. Your enthusiasm, even in modest actions like biking instead of driving, can motivate friends to rethink convenience versus conscience. Inspiration starts with authenticity. When people see your genuine care, it resonates far beyond any well-rehearsed speech or post. Think of the activists who transformed despair into hope, proving that one determined individual can awaken a world still sleeping. Your challenge is simple yet profound. Live consciously, act compassionately, and let others witness the transformative power of mindful choices. Sometimes, inspiration comes from beauty, a breathtaking sunset, a thriving forest, or a river sparkling after cleanup efforts. Other times, it emerges from urgency, a drought-stricken field, a smog-covered skyline, a species silently disappearing from existence. Each story, each visual, each personal experience shared has the potential to awaken empathy and provoke meaningful action. Imagine starting a campaign that encourages neighbors to plant native flowers, reducing urban heat while creating vibrant habitats for pollinators. Inspiration multiplies when communities collaborate. The energy of one motivated group can influence neighboring towns and regions to join efforts. When someone sees you choosing sustainability over convenience, they subconsciously consider their own choices. Gradual, one of the most powerful ways to inspire others is by sharing personal experiences that demonstrate how small choices can create meaningful environmental impact. Imagine recounting a time you organized a neighborhood cleanup and seeing friends realize they too could take immediate action for local nature. Storytelling turns abstract problems into relatable scenarios, showing people not just the why, but also the how of protecting the planet effectively. Led by example, adopt simple habits like reducing plastic use, conserving water, and using renewable energy, letting your lifestyle silently influence observers. When you post about planting trees, cleaning rivers, or supporting local sustainability projects, your actions inspire curiosity and engagement in your community. Use visuals to amplify your message. Before and after photos of restored spaces resonate far more deeply than statistics or charts alone ever could. Create small challenges for friends or coworkers, like reducing waste for a week, fostering both camaraderie and collective environmental responsibility simultaneously. Sharing the tangible results of eco-friendly initiatives shows people the direct consequences of their actions, motivating them to follow your lead. Highlight successes in your storytelling: a polluted park transformed, a river rejuvenated, or a wildlife species protected through community effort. Encourage participation rather than instruction. People are inspired when they feel invited to contribute, not pressured into compliance or guilt-driven action. Demonstrate that sustainability can be fun. Host workshops, nature walks, or creative projects that blend enjoyment with environmental responsibility. Leverage social media platforms to share micro-stories of environmental wins, ensuring your inspiration reaches diverse audiences beyond immediate personal connections. Celebrate small victories publicly. Recognizing achievements creates a culture of encouragement that motivates more individuals to engage actively in protecting nature. Invite curiosity. Pose questions like, what if our city reduced waste by 50% this year? Prompting reflection, dialogue, and ultimately, action from others. Use storytelling to connect cause and effect, showing how one person's choice, like refusing single-use plastics, can influence community-wide habits over time. Make inspiration personal. Relate environmental issues to people's everyday lives, health, finances, or future opportunities, so they feel directly invested. Highlight examples of ordinary people achieving extraordinary impact. Stories of grassroots change encourage others to believe they too can make a difference. Show the beauty that's worth protecting. Vibrant forests, clean rivers, thriving wildlife, and healthy ecosystems evoke emotion and a desire to preserve them. Narratives about recovery and resilience inspire hope, proving that even damaged environments can flourish when humans act consciously and compassionately. Integrate collaboration into your actions. Projects that involve multiple participants demonstrate the collective power of shared responsibility for environmental protection. Encourage experimentation. Trying new habits like composting or urban gardening empowers people to find sustainable practices that work best for them. Focus on incremental progress rather than perfection. People are inspired by attainable steps that feel realistic and actionable in daily life. Incorporate interactive elements like quizzes, polls, or workshops that engage people actively rather than passively absorbing information about environmental issues. Highlight innovative solutions, such as renewable energy projects or circular economy initiatives, showing that creativity and science can solve pressing ecological problems. Share emotional connections. Explain why you care about endangered species or ecosystems, fostering empathy and inspiring others to align their values with action. Offer practical tips alongside storytelling. Inspiration without guidance can motivate temporarily, but providing steps ensures long-term engagement and behavior change. Recognize challenges honestly. Acknowledge barriers like cost, convenience, or social norms while demonstrating practical ways to overcome them effectively. Use analogies and metaphors to make environmental issues tangible. Likening pollution to a clogged artery can make consequences relatable and urgent. Narrate your journey of change, from initial awareness to sustained action, showing people the emotional and practical evolution of eco-conscious living. Celebrate community milestones. Sharing group successes reinforces the idea that collaboration amplifies impact far beyond individual efforts alone. Encourage mentorship. Pairing experienced environmental advocates with beginners fosters a culture of learning, growth, and ongoing inspiration across generations. Create rituals or recurring events, like Mont. Inspiring others becomes even more powerful when you engage communities, because collective action multiplies individual impact and fosters lasting commitment to protecting the planet. Start by identifying passionate individuals within your network who can amplify your message and help rally neighbors, schools, and organizations to environmental causes. Organize workshops or local events where participants share ideas, learn practical skills, and leave empowered to take action in meaningful ways immediately. Leverage social media to unite people around a common goal, showcasing progress, inspiring participation, and connecting individuals who might otherwise remain isolated. Create campaigns with clear, achievable objectives that give participants tangible results, making them feel their contributions are valuable and essential to broader success. Use storytelling to highlight local heroes who achieved environmental milestones, demonstrating that change is possible when communities unite behind a shared vision. Encourage collaboration between schools, businesses, and local governments to foster initiatives like tree planting, renewable energy adoption, or community gardens sustainably. Establish local ambassador programs, allowing motivated individuals to lead mini projects, train others, and multiply environmental awareness across neighborhoods and towns efficiently. Highlight collective successes publicly, celebrating groups rather than individuals to reinforce the notion that teamwork and shared responsibility drive meaningful environmental change. Encourage intergenerational participation, as involving elders, adults, and youth in environmental projects creates stronger connections, shared learning, and long-term sustainability habits. Facilitate open dialogue forums where community members voice concerns, suggest solutions, and feel ownership of environmental initiatives, increasing both motivation and accountability. Share metrics and progress updates to show measurable results, helping participants recognize the real-world impact of their efforts and stay inspired to continue. Utilize competitions or challenges between groups, schools, or neighborhoods, sparking friendly engagement while reinforcing eco-conscious behaviors and environmental awareness effectively. Create volunteer networks, enabling people to contribute skills, time, and resources to projects that align with their passions and capabilities, maximizing impact collectively. Encourage participants to become storytellers themselves, sharing their experiences and results to inspire others and amplify the reach of environmental efforts beyond local boundaries. Partner with local media outlets, newsletters, or social platforms to showcase inspiring stories, lessons learned, and community achievements, generating broader interest and engagement. Leverage local influencers or respected figures to model sustainable behavior, demonstrating that protecting the planet is socially desirable and culturally relevant. Build a sense of shared identity around sustainability, using slogans, visual symbols, or community rituals that reinforce belonging and collective environmental responsibility. Show how small, local changes connect to global efforts, reinforcing the idea that individual or community action contributes meaningfully to worldwide sustainability goals. Create mentorship programs pairing experienced environmental advocates with beginners to nurture skill building, confidence, and long-term dedication to ecological stewardship. Encourage creativity and problem solving. Communities inspired to innovate can design solutions tailored to their unique environment, increasing both effectiveness and engagement. Offer recognition for sustained effort, such as awards, certificates, or public acknowledgement, motivating continued involvement and signaling the value of contribution to others. Use visual storytelling, like infographics or short documentaries, to illustrate the ripple effect of community action and inspire larger-scale participation beyond immediate participants. Provide clear guidance and resources for participants, ensuring barriers like lack of knowledge or uncertainty don't prevent inspired individuals from taking meaningful action. demonstrate that collaboration transcends boundaries. Neighboring communities working together inspire each other, creating regional movements that are stronger than isolated efforts. Encourage partnerships with NGOs, civic groups, and governmental programs to access expertise, funding, and infrastructure that scales environmental projects efficiently. Use technology to track progress and share real-time updates, allowing participants to see collective impact, recognize patterns, and celebrate milestones collaboratively. Inspire innovation through gamified solutions, rewarding participants for eco-friendly actions while creating a culture of enthusiasm and friendly competition. Inspiring others to protect the planet often faces challenges, but understanding obstacles allows us to transform frustration into motivation and maintain momentum over time. People resist change due to habits, convenience, or skepticism, yet consistent demonstration of positive action can gradually shift mindsets toward sustainability. Address fear and uncertainty by providing clear, practical steps for eco-friendly practices that feel achievable and relatable for anyone willing to try. Overwhelm is common. Break actions into small, manageable tasks, allowing people to see progress and build confidence without feeling paralyzed by scale. Inspire resilience by sharing stories of setbacks that were overcome, proving challenges are part of the journey, not reasons to abandon efforts. Show that even imperfect efforts matter. Action with intention creates ripples, motivating others despite uncertainty or fear of making mistakes. Combat apathy with curiosity-driven approaches, demonstrating how small changes, like switching to reusable items, produce measurable effects on local ecosystems and communities. Encourage peer support. When people observe others overcoming similar barriers, they feel empowered to persist and adopt sustainable habits themselves. Visual progress reinforces motivation, showing before and after results of restoration. Projects or cleanups inspires continued effort and belief in collective impact. Use storytelling to normalize struggle and perseverance, inspiring others to maintain dedication even when change seems slow or difficult. Share personal reflections about environmental challenges you faced and how persistence transformed obstacles into meaningful accomplishments for both community and nature. Address misinformation with facts presented through engaging narratives, helping people overcome skepticism while remaining inspired rather than overwhelmed or disheartened. Demonstrate tangible rewards, highlighting benefits like healthier communities, cleaner surroundings, and improved biodiversity reinforces why effort is worthwhile and inspires ongoing participation. Encourage adaptive thinking. When obstacles arise, flexibility in approach ensures progress continues without discouragement or loss of enthusiasm. Remind people that cumulative effort counts. Small, consistent actions by many individuals have a larger collective impact than occasional grand gestures. Inspire accountability through shared goals, progress tracking, and celebration of milestones, fostering commitment that extends beyond initial excitement into sustainable practice. Address emotional fatigue. Emphasize joy, connection, and personal fulfillment derived from environmental engagement to sustain long-term motivation and inspiration. Encourage reflective practices. Asking participants to consider the impact of their actions fosters ownership, pride, and continued engagement in environmental initiatives. Offer solutions for logistical challenges, like access to recycling or clean energy, so inspired individuals can overcome practical barriers and maintain momentum. Use mentorship and guidance to maintain interest. Experienced environmental advocates can coach newcomers through obstacles, reinforcing confidence and sustained action. Inspire adaptability by demonstrating alternative approaches when traditional solutions fail, showing creativity can overcome limitations while keeping participants engaged and motivated. Normalize setbacks. Sharing stories where efforts didn't immediately succeed encourages perseverance and reassures participants that persistence ultimately produces meaningful results. Create visual reminders of progress, like growing community gardens or restored habitats, that serve as constant motivation and proof of collective impact. Celebrate consistency over perfection. Acknowledging repeated efforts encourages people to continue contributing even when results seem incremental or slow. Address skepticism by showcasing real-life examples of measurable improvements in communities and ecosystems, proving that intentional actions produce tangible environmental outcomes. Encourage intergenerational collaboration. Sharing challenges and solutions across ages builds collective resilience and ensures long-term commitment to planetary protection. Inspire reflection on values. Reminding participants why they care about nature strengthens intrinsic motivation and commitment to long-term action. Foster a sense of agency. People feel empowered when they understand that their contributions, however small, directly influence environmental health and community well-being. Provide consistent encouragement. Regular recognition, support, and communication sustain enthusiasm even during periods of slow progress or setbacks. Show the interconnectedness of environmental issues. Understanding how local actions influence global outcomes reinforces purpose and motivates sustained engagement. Now is the moment to step forward, inspire others, and protect the planet, because every action you take today ripples across generations tomorrow. Imagine communities united by purpose, each individual contributing consistently to create a world where environmental care is a shared responsibility. Reflect on the power of your example, because your choices influence friends, family, and neighbors to embrace sustainability daily. Inspire others through storytelling by sharing your journey, the challenges faced, and the victories achieved to show real change is possible. Take action visibly, so when people see you planting trees, cleaning rivers, or reducing waste, they are motivated to emulate you. Encourage participation through collaboration by inviting others to join projects that restore ecosystems and protect wildlife. Use social media intentionally to share inspiring stories, educational content, and progress updates that reach beyond your immediate circle. Create opportunities for hands-on involvement where individuals experience the joy and fulfillment of contributing directly to environmental protection. Celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, to reinforce that progress is cumulative and strengthens collective impact. Inspire hope by showing that damaged ecosystems can recover when communities unite, motivating continued engagement. Encourage sustainable habits in daily life, such as energy conservation, recycling, and mindful consumption, to show small actions add up. Emphasize the interconnection between human well-being and environmental health to inspire action for communities and future generations. Mobilize your network by mentoring, educating, and inspiring others to multiply the effect of your actions beyond what one person can achieve. Highlight stories of ordinary people achieving extraordinary environmental impact to reinforce that anyone can make a difference. Inspire consistency by creating routines and rituals that make sustainability habitual and rewarding in daily life. Connect actions to shared values like compassion, responsibility, and legacy to motivate people to engage with who they aspire to be. Demonstrate resilience by sharing obstacles faced and solutions implemented to show persistence transforms challenges into opportunities. Encourage reflection on personal environmental contributions to foster pride and ownership that strengthens motivation to inspire others. Promote collaborative projects that unite diverse groups to showcase the power of collective creativity and effort in ecosystem protection. Use visuals, narratives, and immersive experiences to engage emotions and connect people to nature to inspire care and empathy. Celebrate long-term success stories to illustrate that sustained commitment transforms communities, ecosystems, and lives. Inspire advocacy by showing how grassroots initiatives can influence policy, legislation, and broader societal norms. Connect personal actions to global goals to show that individual and local efforts contribute meaningfully to worldwide sustainability initiatives. Encourage mentorship and knowledge sharing so inspired individuals can guide newcomers and create a ripple effect of learning. Highlight the joy and fulfillment that comes from contributing to something larger than oneself to make protection a source of pride and purpose. Inspire creativity by demonstrating how sustainable solutions can be innovative, enjoyable, and rewarding for communities. Provide practical tools, resources, and guidance so motivated individuals can overcome barriers and translate inspiration into lasting action. Encourage storytelling as a tool for influence so participants can share experiences, motivate peers, and build a culture of responsibility. Show how individual efforts accumulate because one person's dedication influences others, creating networks of inspired advocates. Inspire intergenerational engagement by fostering connections between younger and older generations to share knowledge and passion.